Hey, it's been a long, crazy. Well, it's just Saturday night. It's already been a long weekend. Crazy stuff going on. I'm trying to distract myself from being a wreck. So, what does that entail? Well, it entails going through the closet upstairs and picking through some stuff that needs to go or be sorted at least. So, bear with me. So yeah, I thought I would talk about Boy Scouts. It's been on the list of things I wanted to talk about as it is, and as I found most of my old scouting stuff, here's the the Cub Scout Wolf book and my Weeblo book and a Den Chief handbook. So I don't know where this came from. Neither of my parents were Den Chiefs, but yeah, I remember. So yeah, the books. There's quite a lot of my own. Oh, I'll try and share a little bit, right? Quite a lot of my own work in the books, in the workbook portions. In flipping through it, I realized that I don't remember doing any of that. I don't have any recollection of writing in my handbook. None of it. So I remember the first night of when I was a Boy Scout. Right. I mean, I'll share a little bit of this. This is my little uniform shirt. It's a little small. But on the sleeve shoulders, the council patch. I got on the right breast the flag and apparently the Diamond Jubilee here. And I was apparently in Den 2. But like I'm looking at this, and the only thing I think I really want to save off of it is the American flag patch. But yeah, I started flipping through this stuff, and I don't have a lot of recollection. There's my belt. The buckle's pretty cool looking on it. I might want to keep that, and some of my little skill badges. I don't remember what I had to do to earn any of these. Again, it's like, here's my handkerchief, for Cub Scouts. And here's my bear. And I've got my golden arrow point. And looks like I managed to get 4 silver arrow points. Yeah, again, I don't remember doing anything to earn them. I don't remember earning them. Boy Scouts was mostly a blur to me. This is one of the things that I think I might keep, which is the little kerchief holder, and this is a clip to go on your belt. Put a pocket knife on. But yeah, I remember the first night. I remember going to the elementary school I was in, and sitting in the cafeteria, which was packed full of kids and parents. And I remember going over to the den leader's house a couple of times, and that was it. Yeah, Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts rather, and Weeblos, right? Weeblos came after Cub Scouts. So, but I don't remember. I don't remember much about either of them. I remember, yeah, I just don't remember much. I think there was one time me and Dad went camping. I think it was a Weeblo thing. But yeah, I mean, I just don't. There's not a whole lot of memories associated with this stuff. Um, so there's my wolf patch and my bobcat patch and my bear patch and my Weeblos patch. But yeah, I remember me and Dad went camping. I forgot what the particular function was. And we drove his old Chevy Cheyenne pickup truck out there and set up. We had a great big family-sized tent, and it rained like hell that night. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night with like the cooler or something floating by me in the tent. So we got out of the tent and got in the back of the truck and just camped out in the back of the truck. We were soaked the next morning. I think we managed to hang around through breakfast, and then we're like, "Pooh, we're out of there." Yeah, I've got. That's really all I remember about Cub Scouts. I'm racking my brain to try and come up with more stuff, and I just don't remember. I just don't. So this is here's a patch for the Alcovy District Yule log in '88. I have no idea. No recollection. It means nothing to me. So some of the things that came off the sleeve, well, here, let me start with my Boy Scout uniform. It's probably, it's the same style, right? It's just a different color since tan. The Cub Scouts were blue. My troop and the council patch again. Don't even remember what the little red things were here. I do have my Arrow of Light patch. I remember getting my Arrow of Light. That was another one of the few ceremonies. And I guess because it was ceremonious and pretty flashy also, because they actually shot flaming arrows that we later collected and were our own. But I remember getting that. I don't remember what I had to do to get it, but I remember getting it. And again, it's like, here's the U.S. flag patch that's on this shirt that I feel like that's really all I want to keep. Apparently I had 2 shirts from Boy Scouts. Again, there's the U.S. flag that I think I might want to keep. And on this one, I've got, this is my 2nd class badge. Hang on. Yes, my 2nd class badge. Yeah, so looks like somebody got me a plaque to count my my trail to Eagle Scout. And you can see I've got the Scout class badge here. Ooh, the screen's going off. So the Scout class badge. What is the next one? Was a Tenderfoot badge. And then the next one is the 2nd class badge, which was on my shirt, and then next was the 1st class, which is this guy. And I recall for some reason that I was a Life Scout, and apparently I had 2 more steps to go to have gotten there. But yeah. So we'll talk about, yeah, and then here's some other things. The Quality Unit, 1987, 89, and 88. There's 87, 89, 88. No idea what we did to get those. Here's the card that my my 1st class came from. It looks like I got that in 1987. Yeah. Let's see. We'll go over that one in a minute. Here we go. Here's our Whittling ship. Possession of this marks me as having read the outdoorsman section of the Weeblo Scout book and demonstrated knowledge and skill in the use of a personal pocket knife. Here's my totem chip. This says that I have read the wood tool section of the official Boy Scout handbook, and I know that ownership and use of tools means responsibility, and I accept that responsibility. And my firemanship. This indicates that I know how to use, that I've read the entire use and safety section in the Boy Scout handbook, and I know about handling matches and building fires means and building fires, not building fires, but building fires means responsibility, and then I accept it. I don't remember getting these. Just don't. But yeah, Boy Scouts. There's not a lot of memories from Boy Scouts. Most of the memories I have from Boy Scouts. Actually, you know what? Let's rewind a little bit. A couple of the memories that I do have from Cub Scouts, aside from that initial night and some one or two meetings, right, is this, right? It's one of the things that Boy Scouts are more commonly known for is their Pinewood Derby races, right? So this is the first Pinewood car I did. Never did anything special with that. There was a little figurine head that went in it. And the second year was this one. Of course, the wheels have come off of it, but that was it. We got to put whatever number we wanted to on it. So, but I remember Dad helping with them. And last year, with the numbers, the first one I did was number 1, of course, because what little boy didn't want the number 1. And the next year we figured, hey, it's the second year, we'll put a 2 on it, right? So 2. And then the third year, what do you expect, right? So this is the third year car. And I remember that that particular year, the wheels that came in the kits were awful. So we went back to the previous years and we absconded with the wheels from that one and put on this. And yeah, there's similar designs, but yeah, there it is. This is it was January the 30th, 1987. I did get first place with this particular vehicle. And I remember we got to these are memories that I recall. The most vivid memory I have with Pinewood Derbies is we went to like the regional races, and I remember getting to the place and the guys were weighing in the cars, right? Because these have got we drilled out a hole in the bottom of them and filled it with lead, right? The guys that were weighing the cars at the regional had like some old archaic, and like this was 1987, right? They had like some archaic scale set up. And like everybody was having to drill weight out of their cars. And I told Dad, I was like, no, I don't want to do it. So we got in the car and we left. About halfway home, I was like, I don't want to go back and race. But you know what? I'd never lost. This car won first place. That's probably stuff that I'll keep. And then Camp Rainy Mountain was where we went for camping adventures. I have quite a few memories of Camp Rainy Mountain. Maybe we'll make another day out of that. I'll put that away. We'll hang on to that for now. But aside from that, I'll show you through my books real quick. Oh, you know what? Here, real quick. This was a belt pouch that my mother made for me. And it is for, and it's got, it's even got a spot on the interior here to put some pens or pencils. I might get that fixed and keep that. It'd be nice. But I've got, this is just a Red Cross first aid book. So I showed you the Cub Scout books, and I've got the Boy Scouts of America Field Guide, or Field Book. And then I've got a collection of merit badge books, right? Here we've got geology, orienteering, map reading, metalwork, woodwork, archery, photography, first aid, and then one thing that I went into to high school and did, which was drafting. I've got a 87 to 89 Boy Scout requirements guide. I've got my handbook, and I've got a Scoutmaster handbook. So there was a point in time where my father was the Scoutmaster of the troop. I'll tell you a story real quick about that. But yeah, I'm thinking I might keep the books. We'll see. I'll flip through them, and they may very well just go. But yeah, there was a time where my father was a Scoutmaster, and I remember we were sitting around inside at a meeting one night, and everybody was cutting up or doing. So I don't even remember what the specifics were, but we got in trouble as a group. And our Scoutmaster, my father, told us to go outside and walk laps. And I went outside and I walked laps, and all the other kids decided they wanted to run. And suddenly I had to run, and I told them no. And there was a confrontation. There wasn't fighting, but I told them that they could go, and I took off. I went and sat in the graveyard at the church that we had our meetings at. So, yeah. But you know, most of that was it. I remember I had a pin that went on my shirt for winning first place with the Pinewood Derby. And I remember the first day at Boy Scouts, this first Boy Scout meeting I went to, because I did the Pinewood Derby as a Cub Scout. It was my last year as a Cub Scout. And the first, I was very proud of that pin. The first Boy Scout meeting I went to, I lost it. Like, it fell off of me when we were out in the yard. There was a little green area outside where we did physical stuff. I think that particular day we were like running and jumping or some nonsense, but it fell off, and I remember getting upset. And we went back, me and my sister and my mother went back and combed over that little patch of grass, and we found the medal. And then I've lost it. I don't even know where it's at. The last time I remember seeing it was when we found it. That's been a long time ago. But yeah, as for Boy Scouts, there weren't a lot of other things that I remember except for camp. But you know, I'll make another sitting out of that because I could probably fill up another 20 minutes. So I apologize for this one being long. We'll catch you next time. Take it easy.